This interview is brought to you by Stephen Brassett from the blog Dare to Seek Freedom. Pop over and have a look at daretoseekfreedom.wordpress.com. So today I'm talking with Trish Harris, and Trish, if you could please just tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay. Yeah, hi, good morning, Stephen. A little bit about myself. I am a dog trainer. I have been training dogs for the last 20 years, and I've been running my dog training school for the last 16 years here in Melbourne, Victoria. The school is a multi-centred school. We have 6 locations. Our main location caters for all levels of training from puppies through to advanced, and then we have our offshoot centres which run more sort of 5-week type courses. Currently we have about 24 people on our team, and I've also just written and published my very first book, which is on multiple dog household. It's called When Three's a Crowd.
Cool. Okay, so Trish, I see you as quite successful in having consciously created your lifestyle, and maybe you see it differently, but I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about how you see your lifestyle.
I think I'm very fortunate, Stephen. I started off working in the corporate world full time. I was a personal assistant for many, many years, and didn't really enjoy what I was doing. I found a lot of pleasure working with dogs and training my own dogs, and also working sort of casually at a dog training school many years ago before I did my dog trainer's course. And I think from there, my dream was to run my own school and to be my own boss, which I think I have successfully achieved that. I think we always strive for better, and we always strive for more. I think as humans sometimes we're never happy with what we have. But when I look back at what I was and what I've become, I'm definitely happy with what I've achieved in my life. So yeah, I can probably say that in what my achievements have been, I've been successful. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at the moment.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, you're living out in a sort of semi-rural area too, so I assume that was a conscious choice too?
Yeah, so Kyneton is actually quite rural, so yeah, that was definitely a very conscious decision. Having grown up in Carlton, anyone that's familiar with Melbourne, Australia, and knows the suburb of Carlton, knows it is pretty much the thick of the city. Lots of traffic, lots of noise, lots of pollution, and I think I just wanted to get away from that. So over time, we sort of slowly made our way up and away, and ended up in the lovely country suburb of Kyneton. So yeah, definitely something that we meant to do, because we just wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle, and also to give our dogs much more room to be able to run around and be dogs. So yeah, we've certainly achieved that too.
Was there a defining point where you kind of decided to have a more self-directed role in creating your lifestyle? And if so, could you just tell me a bit more about it?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, Steve. In 2005, I was diagnosed with a brain tumour, and had that removed. Thankfully, it's and I think when that happened in my life, obviously, lots of thoughts go through your mind and what you want to do, and whether you're happy with where you're at, and these sorts of situations can be quite defining as far as what you're going to do with your future. So I think from there, and at that point, I had decided that I was going to do the things that I wanted to do, and that I wasn't going to let obstacles in my way stop me. And that was pretty much the point when I thought, well, I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to pursue my dream of training full time and doing the things I love and working with dogs. So yeah, that was pretty much the defining moment in my lifetime.
Fair enough too, fairly major defining moment.
Pretty much.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right, so what are some key challenges you've faced, and how have you overcome them?
So the dog training industry was very much a male-orientated industry. More so probably about 20, 30 odd years ago. So when I first started for Paws K9 Training, I was probably one of the very few female dog trainers out there, yet alone a female dog trainer setting up her own business. So there was certainly some, I wouldn't say ridicule, but there was certainly some remarks and some contest from other male trainers around, people that I'd known for a little while, and that was certainly a challenge because I had to prove to myself and prove to them that I could do it, that just because I was female, that I was able to handle my own and handle dogs and handle a business, and I think that was a big challenge because I had to overcome some of those hurdles as well, which I think I successfully did. I think these days there's a lot more female dog trainers out there, so and I think the actual status has quite shifted the other way.
Yeah, I was going to say, it almost seems opposite now.
Yes, it very much is these days. But when I started, there was very, very few females. There were female dog trainers, but not those that started their own businesses. So it's good to see that it's turned around and come into our favour as well.
Absolutely. I remember when I started at Full Paws that the joke was that it was all girls and I was going to be keeping Sean company.
That's exactly right, and it's really good to see now that we have about 5 males on board our team, which is fantastic. So yeah, we're trying to sort that balance out. That's for sure.
Good job. All right. So, what steps, if any, have you taken to reduce the risk of stepping into your own lifestyle? Yeah.
So as you know, I was previously working in the corporate world for many years, so I was full time. When I decided to move over and start to concentrating on my business a lot more, obviously, running the risk of losing a full-time wage and a regular full-time wage was, weighed heavily on my mind. But I think the first thing I did was, I reduced my hours, which at least allowed me to have some sort of income. But I think, I took the final plunge and thought, no, I'm going to forever leave this corporate world, and took the risk and moved over and did my own business. And I think when I did that, it made me work much harder because I had to really work to get my money to earn, obviously to earn my wage, each week. So that would have been probably the risk management. Could I have managed it better? Probably. I think I also had the security of my partner that was working full time as well, so that helped a little bit for sure. But I think once you're out on your own, it's a matter of sink or swim, and I wasn't going to sink, so I made sure I swam.
Yeah, failing's not something you really do, is it, Trish?
I don't know about that. I've failed on many things.
You're fairly determined.
I think I hide them well.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
No, certainly. But I'm a Taurian and I'm really stubborn. And I think my mum used to always say, "You're so stubborn," but I think that's what makes me want to strive, because I won't take no for an answer. And no one can tell me that I can't or I shouldn't, because that just means I will, and I will do it. So, yeah. Yeah.
And you guys can't see, but Trish is about 4'0", and she's got the personality of I don't know, something much bigger.
I always get told I have the personality of Jack Russell. So there you go.
There you go. Righto. Right. So if you were to start again, knowing what you know now, is there anything that you would do differently?
I think a little bit more research into, the dog training and what people wanted and what the public want would have been definitely something I would do. And I think probably, when looking at expanding centres, again, that research is so much more, is very important. I think, sometimes we sort of did things on a whim and we just sort of opened centres here and there without doing the proper research. And so I think research and also a plan. I was one of those people that and I still don't have a business plan, so please don't tell anyone.
You're telling everyone now.
But you know, you're supposed to have these 5-year business plans, which I just could never be bothered doing. And I think if I had to go back to the start, I would probably do that. You know, put at least some sort of plan together, just to, you know, and follow that. But hey, I did it without one, so I don't know if I would change that too sometimes when you think about it. So yeah, more research for sure.
Yeah, I mean, a business plan's got two sides to it, doesn't it? It's got obviously it gives you a bit of direction, but it might almost limit a few of the decisions that like opportunities that you might not have thought of.
Exactly, yeah. And I think the ones I looked at and some of the templates that I looked at were just so daunting, and, you know, forecasting of expenditures and figures, and it was just, and anyone that knows me knows that I have no idea about maths. I just, maths and me just don't match. And it was all too scary for me, and I just ran away from it, I think. So yeah, but it's certainly worthwhile doing, I think, just to give yourself some direction. But I would hate for it to be a document that would limit where you're going, because, you know, you've lived by it so much. So yeah.
Right, good. Okay, so you've covered a lot of these points already, but I was wondering if you've got any advice for someone who is just starting out now, trying to really take control of their lives.
Yeah, I would say go for it. Don't let the fear of the unknown limit you or stop you, and don't let barriers stop you. So if you have a dream and it's something that you wish to fulfill, I'd say grab it by the horns and go. That would be my message to anybody.
Cool. It seems to be a recurring theme, and I really like the passion that people speak with when they say that.
Because it's true.
Cool. All right, well, that's all I have for you today, Trish. Is there anything else you'd like to add, or anything you'd like to share with people? Maybe do a bit of a plug for your business, or anything really?
Yeah, look, I'd just like to add that I've known Stephen for a few years. He was a wonderful, wonderful person, and was a massive loss to Paws when he decided to move back to New Zealand. And I always hold that little glimmer of hope that he may come back one day. So I'm just putting it out there. But otherwise, thank you very much for considering me for your interview, Steve, and I wish you all the best with what you're doing in your life at the moment.
Thanks very much. That was unexpected, but yeah, the check's in the mail for that. Yeah, okay. Thanks for your time, Trish, and yeah, good luck especially with your book, because your new book launch is very brand new. So.
Oh yes. I will plug it. When Three's a Crowd, it's about managing a multi-dog household and what to do when dogs fight. You can certainly find that on my website, www.pawsk9training.com.au. Thanks.
Excellent. Thanks very much. Dare to Seek Freedom is a blog about consciously creating your own lifestyle, looking for freedom and acting to get it. Head on over to have a look. There's all sorts of articles, links, tips, hints, highlights from my own journey, and also you can check out our Facebook page. So that's daretoseekfreedom.wordpress.com, or search for Dare to Seek Freedom on Facebook.